Hello everyone and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I'm drawing my OC Mo and I still don't have a topic of discussion planned. I know it's becoming like a reoccurring thing that I don't, but I'll come up with something eventually. Until then though, you guys get to hear wonderful, wonderful things about my life and random things I've heard about. It's like our little like lunchtime gossip sesh, except these videos come out at 5:30, so more like dinner or tea time gossip sessions, I guess. I'm sure it's lunchtime for someone, okay? Anyway, with that amazing, well put together intro out of the way, please like and subscribe. Please, I need to feed my purple orangutan, he's not doing too well, and enjoy the video. So, just a quick update on the last video. Remember the thing I said was stressing me out? Well, it went fine, actually. It was very anticlimactic. So I guess we could say if any of you are currently stressed out about anything, it probably won't be so bad. I mean, listen, if my sheep wool and paper dress can hold up while I model walk on point in front of my whole school on a slippy PE hall floor, English, and if everyone thought I was cool instead of an idiot, I mean, you can do anything. You know, the fact that I didn't like face plant, you know, spray on rosin, I owe you my life and social life. Anyway, aside from that, school's over, so yay. And I won the Enterprise Award this year, even though I don't do the subject. Just to explain that, the award is based off of the Christmas craft fair and who had like the best craft and like business thing. I did crochet for mine. But there is an Enterprise class, so part of me is kind of like, should someone have been picked from the class? But I guess if it's, you know, it's based on the craft fair, but then they should really call it the craft. It's fine, whatever. I'm also going to be a metal leader. For those of you who aren't Irish, it basically means I'm looking after the first years next year. So like making them feel like safe and comfy in school, as well as organizing trips and events for them. And by organizing, I mean coming up with them and getting the teachers to organize them, because we're students, so we can't actually organize them. And I got my Gosh Good President's Award too, so slay that. Academics wise, if you guys really care, even though academic awards don't really matter that much, I got a YSI award, a visual art award, and a woodwork award for the 4th time in a row, baby. Also, for anyone wondering, these awards don't actually matter at all. It's just the school being like, yo, look at our talented students. And half of the awards are in fact for boys sports. Like each sport has like 4 boys ones and 2 girls ones. And the ones that don't just have like one overall award instead, which is way more fair, because like how are you giving every age group for the boys sports an award and then just best girl footballer, like, you know, whatever. Also off topic but on topic at the same time, earlier this year there was an announcement one day, and it literally went like, well done to the boys for winning. No, sorry, I need to do like an actual announcement, so you're just gonna have to listen to this. Apologies for interruption to tutor time. Well done to the boys for winning insert sport match thing here. We are so proud of you all. Also, girls football training is cancelled this evening. It was really funny. And I like swear, like, bar me not knowing the age group or what they won exactly, that's exactly what was said. Girls sports are never, you know, made important in schools, and I don't do sports, so it's not really that big of a deal. The only time I did do sports was when I did basketball for a bit, because they needed one more player to be able to be in the league, so I just said I'd be nice and be that last player, even though for the most part I was on the bench, because, you know, I wasn't actually there to play. I was there to so that they had enough team members, but it's fine. And the one time I did, we were like in this like game with these girls who just wanted to like beat the shit out of us for some reason. And I don't know why, but they literally, I can't remember if they sprained or fractured my friend's wrist. But they did one of those things, and when they did that, the referee was like, "Oh, you're just being dramatic." Like, no. And then there was like this one girl, and she had really long nails, and she was actually just scratching everybody. Like we were really far away from the ball at one stage. The ball was coming nowhere near us. We were just standing over here because, you know, if everyone chases the ball, it's not going to end up being well. And she just reached over and like pushed slash scratched me, and I looked like I'd been attacked by a bear. And the referee just kind of looked at us and then looked away again. And listen, I don't like to say referees are being unfair. I don't like to blame the referee for things like this. But also, when that happened, I was kind of like, how do you look at a girl pushing another girl in a non-contact sport really far away from all the other girls, by the way, and go, no, that's fine. Like, I wasn't even saying anything to this girl. We were just standing beside each other in silence, and the next thing she just does that. I was like, okay, what have I done? What did I do to offend you? Like, literally none of us did anything. Like, well, number one, our coaches actually care about sportsmanship, and we would have been shot if we had done anything. Like, we were literally the maestros of minding our business, the epitome of emptiness, if you will. We had indomitable indifference. Okay, I'll stop now with the whole, yeah, okay, you're gonna get sick of that real quick. And they still, like, I don't know what we did to offend these girls, but obviously we did something because they were mad. And then, like, at the very end, when you shake hands, one of them literally, this sounds like it's from a movie, but it's not, I swear this happened. One of them literally stuck out their foot to trip one of our teammates up. And when you, like, do the whole shake hand thing, you're basically walking in a line, you hold out your hand, and you just, like, it's not even shaking hands, it's more like just high-fiving everyone in a line really quick. Literally, if that girl had tripped up, the rest of us would have tripped up over her because we were in a line. Anyway, I quit the basketball team the second, like, it was actually after that game because 2 more girls joined the team, so I didn't need to be there anymore. It wasn't necessarily because of that match, but I have to say that match definitely put a sour taste in my mouth for the game in general. But anyway, that happened back in second year, so I don't even know why that came up. Point is, in a non-contact sport, don't beat the shit out of people. Especially if they're not doing anything. Like, it'd be one thing if we were actually, like, shouting at them or, like, you know, ridiculing them. But we had said nothing to or about these people until halftime, where we said to our coaches, hey, can you tell their coaches to tell them to stop acting like we're in, like, the trenches? Because we were just like, well, we can't, you know, hit them back. You know, whatever. Anyway, what else is there to talk about? I'm cleaning out my room this week. I'm throwing everything away that I don't use, and by that I mean it's going to my cousins and a few charity shops, if I can, and anything that can't will then be thrown away because, you know, some things are definitely going to be unusable. There's boxes in my room, and I kid you not, have been here since I was like 6. So, you know, there comes a time where you need to open up the toy boxes and say, I don't use any of these. It's not as bad as you're probably thinking it is from me saying that. There's like 1 or 2 boxes from when I was that young. And the rest of them are more recent. I think the youngest one here is probably from when I was like 11, other than those 2 boxes. So those 2 boxes will probably be thrown out by like 2 or 3 things because, you know, nostalgia, I guess. And then I just have to go through everything. So I'm going to give myself a week to do that, and hopefully I get it done in a week. But I can't, like, say much. I know I want to do, like, more stuff with YouTube because now I'll have more time because I'm not in school anymore and I just have to worry about dance until the show, obviously. But for the first few weeks and for 2 weeks that I'm also on holidays for 2 weeks, so for those weeks don't expect anything massive, but I'm gonna try do something. One thing I want to do during the holidays is I want to try teach myself how to paint in acrylics because I hate acrylics. So there'll probably be videos on that. I'm also going to be taking part in Art Fight this year, so expect videos on that. And if you want my account to trade art, feel free to ask because, you know, why not? And I'll probably include it in my first video about it anyway because, you know, why not as well? This is what's kind of good about having a small channel. I can give these things out without worrying about being, like, spammed or anything. I'm gonna ask the people that I'm drawing, like, when I'm drawing their OCs, when I send them the finished drawing, like, if it's okay for me to upload them. But usually if it's not, they'll put it in the bio anyway, so I just won't do ones that have to do with that, basically. And my plan is basically to show the person and then if they want me to show any of their social medias, I'll link them in the description, I think. Because I think that's the best way to do it. Also, I finally caved and watched Nerdy Prudes Must Die. And I have to say the hype is certainly deserved. I mean, the music, the acting, and just like everything is very well done for something that was so unserious. I mean, okay, it was a Star Kid production, so what was I expecting, really? Anyway, Ruth was the best character, and I will take no criticism. Speaking of, I managed, or should I say my mom and uncle managed to get us tickets to Hamilton, so I'm excited for that. I mean, I probably would have been more excited about it a year or two ago before I knew about a certain fan art, and before Lin-Manuel Miranda fever spread to every type of media, and now I can't escape this type of music. Honestly, I'm more excited for the choreography. For those of you who don't know, I dance. I do ballet, tap, modern, contemporary, and commercial, so I am the person that goes to shows and stares at the backup dancers instead of the principal actors, and the person they say won't be in the crowd during ballets that looks at the footwork the entire time. If it makes anyone that dreads that feel better, I do mainly do this to see ways to improve like my own dancing, because I'm going to be honest, I am no way an amazing dancer. Listen, I'm definitely not the best in my own school, and I'm just going to be honest with that. I'm not bad. Especially for someone who's not gonna do it. Like, if I was planning on doing this professionally, I'd be worried, but I'm not. So I'm an okay dancer. So yeah, I do mainly do all this to like see what I can improve, because if I'm watching a professional ballet, obviously the people in it are like professional. And then if it's not a professional ballet, there's certain things I'll be like, oh, okay, I see what my teacher meant when they corrected me on this, when I see another person doing it, and then I'll see them do something else, and I'm like, oh my god, that's how you do that step. Because for those of you who like aren't aware, especially when you're on point, your dance teacher's not going to be on point. So you can't really like, especially when I was learning how to polka on point, someone's going to be like, it's polka. I know, everyone pronounces it a different way, so it's either polka or polka, and I'm just going to leave that there. Someone can argue about it in the comments, it's fine. But like, when my dance teacher was trying to explain that, I was just kind of there like, could you do it on point? There's certain things that they'll be like, do this, and I'm like, how does that translate? Because there's most things I will say you can kind of be like, oh, okay, I see how that translates. But there are other things where it's just like, okay, but how do I do that? Not on demi point. I don't know, maybe I'm just really thick. Also, like, especially if I'm doing like a développé, especially if it's a développé derrière and it's like a high leg and it's slow, I will often turn my supporting leg in a bit for balance, even though that should technically make my balance worse. And it probably does, and is something I work on when in the studio. But on stage, I think like if like you feel like you might fall, then yes, absolutely, be it slightly technically wrong rather than face plant. That's how I see it anyway. I'm generally a good dancer. I'm not the most flexible, and I'm not great at turns. And by turns, I mean pirouettes, especially on point. Like, you're getting 2 clean ones, or that's it. And on point, you might not even get 1 clean one. I'm gonna be so honest. Yeah, no, it's something to work on. It's something to work on. For the most part, though, I don't struggle with point work. Until pirouettes are mentioned, and then I just cry, to be honest. But listen, we all have that one person in our class. So yeah, I don't think there's much else to tell you about, really. I'm still waiting for the rest of Phase 3 of Skullduggery Pleasant to come out, because I don't live until I'm reading one of those books, and then I read them in a day. Yeah, and I'm really hoping Dexter isn't getting Aurorified, because I feel like I know this isn't a Skull Ugly Pleasant video, so I shouldn't be talking about this, but it does really annoy me, especially with his character, because he's one of the dead men. I feel like he gets all his character development off page, not off screen. I was about to say off screen, because like things happen, then he disappears for a bit, then he comes back and he's different, and that's why you see, like, in my opinion, that's why you see people saying, like, why does he seem like a completely different character in phase 2, and then again near the end of phase 2 he seems to like just become a new character again. And I don't necessarily think that's because of like bad character writing. Like, I don't think it is that at all, because I mean, from what's happened, the way he has changed makes total sense, right? And it was gradual. But the fact that we don't see the in-betweens between those gradual changes, I think is why some people think he just randomly changed. You know, like, his friends die, he disappears, he comes back a little more serious, more of his friends. The cycle repeats itself. And he gets more quiet as well as the series goes on as well, I suppose. But, yeah, I feel like if he's being Aurorified now, I'm just gonna be angry, to be honest. Anyway, that's just me having a favorite character that is extremely underrated in the series. And I keep doing it too. Like, one of my favorite characters was Aurora too, which, man, where'd she go? Where is my girl? Where is she? She's not there. That's the answer. You know? It's fine though. Anyway, that got off topic again. Technically, the first off topic was not that off topic because the OC I'm drawing is a dancer. But, you know, this does in fact bring us to the end of our video. So thank you so much for watching. And please like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Bye-bye. Irish word of the week. Oh my god, that was not English. Irish word of the week is laba, which means bed.